And I'm joined now by one of them, who is a Nobel Peace Prize winner, in fact, and that is Kailash Satyarthi. You are here on behalf of children and advocating for children's rights, and you've dedicated your life to it, essentially. What are some of the things you've seen that may not have necessarily got media attention in the past?
Well, it is for the first time the issues of children, education and protection are talked so much in this highest level summit. I would also say that people started feeling the value of financing for education and financing for protection of children in crisis and urgencies and so on. So that's very important.
And it's easy for us to throw statistics around about millions of children facing war or not educated, but are you able to give us any real-life personal details of different children who are struggling in this world?
I will give a few examples. Yesterday I spent some time with the Syrian refugee children here who are protected and who are now in schools. When I was talking to them, they had dreams. They wanted to become doctors and teachers. So mainly two dreams they had, most of them. And they were full of confidence, because when I asked them that how can you become doctors, they raised hands that it was possible through education. But on the other hand, I know a number of children who are trafficked, the children who are put to child labor, working 12, 13, 14 hours a day, abused, beaten up and not paid well because they are the cheapest source of labor for the employers. The same category of children who were displaced or sometimes who became refugees here as well as in other parts of the world. I was in another setup, and that was Japan only a week ago. That was Yamamoto, an area which was tsunami and earthquake affected, and all children were in schools because they were given immediate humanitarian response. But on the other hand, we are working in Nepal with the children who have lost their schools and education, and sometimes even families due to earthquake about a year ago. And these children were most vulnerable to be trafficked. I met a group of young girls in a village in Nepal, and they indicated towards their school, which was completely lost, ruined. And they said that if there was a school, or if somebody can put in a school building, then perhaps we are safer, that the traffickers or somebody cannot steal, because they saw and they knew that some of the girls were kidnapped. They were missing from that area and they were kidnapped by the traffickers to India or somewhere else. But now we have news that some of these girls were trafficked for child prostitution and child slavery in as far as the countries like United Kingdom. So if we are able to give immediate response, timely and adequate humanitarian response by way of protecting these children and their schools, then this situation will not arrive.
Mr. Satyarthi, you spoke there several times about education, and that's certainly a cornerstone of this summit as well. What kind of difference will that make to the lives of these children that you've spoken about?
Education brings hope. I met a young child, he was about 9-10 years old, in a Syrian refugee camp in Germany, and he lost his father in a bomb blast. He also lost his leg in the same bomb blast. He lost his mother on the way to take refuge in Europe. So he had no one to look after him except the relief workers in Germany. But he was confident. He said that if I can stay here and able to read and write, if I can continue my education, then I will go back to Syria and I will build my family and my friends and so on, and I will build my country, he says. 10-year-old, 9 or 10-year-old boy. So education is hope for that boy. So education is empowering, enabling. Education is a key to all human rights and protection for future. If we are able to educate and protect this generation globally, then the next generations would be protected by this generation, the educated and well-protected generation. So we have to invest on the children now.
And hopefully you will be able to educate the people at this summit that what you're proposing is absolutely vital. Mr. Satyarthi, thank you so much for joining us.